Can I please, before we start the show, can I please show y'all something that I be watching that just be having me? So, so while I was taking a shower and everything, right? While I was taking a shower and everything, I was playing something on the TV that I've been playing that I be playing now. Can y'all hear me before I start? And y'all, stuff people be having it just be having me weak. And I really just want to show y'all so y'all could just get a peek into things. When I be watching retro TV, like retro YouTube, I was watching something of Dame Dash, right? Y'all know how I get when I get onto something and I want to know about it. I want to know about it. So I get thirsty to start digging and finding out more and more and more and more, right? Because at the on the face of it, I feel bad for Dame Dash, right? On the face of it, I would say, man, that's messed up how Jay-Z did him on the face of it, right? On his face. That's how I would feel, right? Hey, boo. On his face, that's how I would feel. Like, dang, Dame Dash, that's messed up what happened, how things went and everything, right? But then when you get to watching him and you get to see how narcissistic he is, I'm talking about one more thing have me laughing like how I was laughing when I was getting out the shower. I'm doing a video on about it. I'm sorry, but it's next level narcissism, like that deserves to be spoken about. And everybody talking about everything else. They talking about the beef. They talking about Rockefeller. They talking about Cam. They talking about Jay. They talking about everything else. But nobody has done anything about that narcissism. And I mean it. It is just so clear that you have to talk about that type of stuff. It's just really bad. Like this man, he was at the doctor, and the dentist asked him, do you feel free? And he was like, yeah, he feel free. He feels super free. He feel like Kunta Kinte. And so then he had to tell a story about how, he was in front of a white man and he snatched his gun from the white man and he told the white man to shut the F up, and the white man had a badge and a long beard and he had a gun in Wyoming. He's telling us that he got a ranch in Wyoming. Like, we don't know that he probably living in that house that Kanye West bought in Wyoming. Why do you think that we not putting two and two together? We know that Kanye West gonna let you live in his house in Wyoming. Dame, why do you think we don't know that? So anyway, y'all know 25 likes when we start the video. And we're not gonna be on here long today, y'all. So can we please try to get to these? I'll bring it down to 20 likes so we can start the video, because we're not gonna be here long because I do gotta work tomorrow. But I gave y'all my word that I was going live. And I'm shouting out the 4 people that donated. Y'all are the reason why I'm making sure that I'm going live. I don't care if I'm tired. I really appreciate y'all when y'all support the platform. It means a lot, and I really appreciate it. But real quick, before we get into what we're talking about tonight, y'all can shut me up by liking the video. But until we get to 20 likes, we just gonna talk, chit chat. Hey to everybody that's coming in. Hold up. I told you she was gonna pop in when she felt like it. And I told you I wasn't taking that mod stick away, because that's my girl that's my girl. Girl, hey girl. What's up, girl? I knew you was coming back one day. I said I'm not taking her mod stick, because that's my girl, and I know she'll be back. She'll be back. Well, ain't nothing changed. And see, that's something that I want y'all to know about me, is that I'm not that person that needs to talk to a friend every day. You know what I mean? And I love that about Holy Ghost girl, because she not like that either. Like, we don't have to talk to each other every single day in order for our relationship to remain solid. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to talk to somebody every day for them to be loyal to you and for your relationship to remain silent, then I feel like you're just convincing them to be your friend every day. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants a relationship like that. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey girl. Oh. Hey sis, it's so good to see you, girl. It is so good to see you in the chat. I hope all has been well with you. But I love to see my sisters in the chat, girl. It's good to see you. Hey boo, Big Mama is back. Hey sis, what's up, girl? It's good to see you, April. Thank you for coming through. I told everybody that we gonna I'm gonna lower it down to 20 likes because we're not gonna be here long. So I really want to like try to get into it kind of quick because we're not gonna be here long. But I'm hella grown. Good to see you too. That's right. We too grown for that. That's right. Super grown. We too grown for that. You feel me? I agree with you on that, child. But hey April, Lynn's 702. What up? What up? What up, boo? What up? That's what I'm talking about. It's grown women over here. We don't have to convince each other every day. I love that about Holy Ghost girl too. It's like if I don't speak to her every single day, nothing has changed. We still good. That's how it is with all of my mods. If you haven't noticed, all of the moderators are like that now. I got it down to the real ones. You feel me? I got it down to the solid ones, the ones that still standing. And I'm very happy about that. That's why nothing's changing because I'm very happy with the people who are moderators on this channel. And I thank y'all. I'm very happy with the people who are subscribers, who are still subscribed to this channel, and who are still coming and rocking with us. I appreciate all of y'all, man. I really do. They need to know there's a level to this issue. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. It is levels. It's levels. Girl, it's good to see you, girl. I miss you, girl. It's good to, you know what I mean. It's good to see you in the chat, girl. But yeah, so y'all let me know when we get to 20 likes so we can start the video. But real quick, for people who just coming in, I was just laughing and telling everybody how telling everybody how dang dash narcissism has me weak, y'all. Like I would literally be watching something and I would just be like, oh my God. So he was telling the dentist just simply said, do you feel free? That's what the dentist said. And he went on to tell him this story about how he coochie kente free. He feels super free. And so he was like, the dentist was like, yeah, it might have took you years to get there, but you feel that. You know how like everybody's life is a process. You don't just be born feeling like how you're feeling right now in this moment. So it was very logical for him to say it might have took you years to get there. That didn't necessarily have to be shade, but by now in the conversation, the dentist probably could have been so disgusted by all the other things he was saying that they could have been shade, whether it was or whether it wasn't shade, whether it was shade or whether it was not shade. He still said, oh, no, no, no. I've been feeling free. I've been feeling like this. I've always felt free. Oh my God. If you have always felt free, then how do you know how good it feels then? That's what I would have said to him. And if I was the dentist, the way he went on about how free he feel and how he feel like Kunta Kinte was a slave first. How do you know how it feels to be free if you've been born with the freedom that you feel now? You wouldn't even be able to appreciate it. So what are you talking about? Why would you compare your freedom to Kunta Kinte, dang dash, if you've always felt free since you've been born? It's just like anything that the man said, y'all. Anything that the man said, Dame Dash had to be like, oh no, I always like, oh no, I'm this, oh, I'm better. It's just like, bro, somebody got to do a deep dive about that. That is so bad. It's so bad. And then another video he did, like I told y'all, I'm watching retro YouTube, okay? When I like when I watch something and it gets my interest, I want to know all about it. I want to know everything about it. So I might binge watch it for a couple of days, weeks, or months, depending on how much content it is. Because I want to know what I'm talking about, and I want to know, I don't like to just make a quick judgment, especially when I don't have to. When there's years of content for me to go and look back at, I would rather do that than just make a judgment or an assumption. So y'all, that's what I have been doing. When I was when I was getting out the shower and I was just watching that, it literally had me laughing out loud. It literally had me laughing out loud, not quietly to myself, but just like that type of funny where I'm just like, this man is really insecure and narcissistic, and he really does not realize how apparent it is to people, and that's something that who else deals with? Who else do we know that deals with something like that? Anybody? Are we at the 20 likes yet, y'all? Do we know somebody, huh? That is that narcissistic. Do we know somebody that might be a little bit like that? Do we? Can't think of anybody. You sure? I can help you out if you need me. I think I know somebody. You know somebody? Mm-hmm. Girl, are we at the 20 likes yet, girl? I might have to girl, I might have to let it slide tonight because we're not gonna be here but an hour and we already been live for 12 minutes. So let me go ahead and get to the show and start off by thanking the 4 people. So it was Keisha, Audrey, anonymous person, and Keisha, Audrey, an anonymous person, and I don't want to say the wrong name. Let me look, because I want to make sure that y'all just know like how much I appreciate it, because I really look at it as like a birthday, a gift too. You know what I mean? Because my birthday was the 30th of December, and that's how I look at it, as like a birthday gift. And because I really didn't get no. I thought that I was gonna, get some birthday gifts. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna get some birthday cash apps, but my birthday, I actually was pretty upset on my birthday by the end of my birthday, so I ended up not going live on that date. So that might have something to do with it. But the people that did donate, I just want to say thank you. Just now, I want to make sure it's not anonymous. Okay, just now, Lindsay donated, and I'm grateful for you, Lindsay. Thank you so much for sending your monthly. Um, Lisa, I'm sorry, not Keisha. I don't have on my glasses. It was a K and not a L. It was Keisha. So Keisha, thank you. April, I wanted to say April, but I didn't want to say the wrong name and it wasn't right. But I wanted to say it, but I had to make sure before I said it. April, Audrey, Keisha, and just now Lindsay, and it was another person who was anonymous. Thank y'all so much for donating. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I really, really appreciate that. And that's why I was able to take time off so that I could come live now. You feel me? If I would have had to take that 8 a.m., if I would have had to do that 8 to 10, then I wouldn't be able to be live right now. But I don't have to do the 8 to 10. I could do the 10 and the rest of the day. You know what I mean? So I'm still working tomorrow, but I just don't have to work like a dog because y'all donated. So thank y'all so much. Y'all allowed me to be off for 2 hours, which allows me to be here right now. You feel me? I still got to get up in the morning, but I just don't have to be up at 6. I got to be up at 8. So we still only going to be here for an hour. But I appreciate y'all, and I'm going to keep pushing too. You know what I mean? Okay, we had 22 likes. All right, let's get into it. So last night, where we left off, where did we leave off last night? Let me share the screen. We're gonna get on right on into it because we want to get the most that we can out of tonight. All right. For the sake of time, I'm gonna go to Ruby. Because I did hear something about CPS. I only watched half of that video though. I started watching the King World video, but I gotta finish it. I'll probably finish it if I have time when we get off of here. But I did hear something about CPS coming to the house. Is that a fact? Did you guys hear about that as well? About 10,000. Oh, I know what video I want to play. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. And I hope it's okay with this person. But I wanted to play one of their videos last night, but I didn't know if it was gonna be okay. So hopefully they are okay with me playing their video. I'm not gonna play it, minute by minute, second by second. I'm gonna make sure that I'm within the fair use clause. But fair use or not, I hope they cool with it. All right. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? No, it's a guy, not King World. Shout out to King World, not Sean Davy Way. Shout out to Sean Davy Way. It's a guy who video. Um, Hold on. He said that 10,000 people called CPS, and I really want y'all to see it. Wait, throw a box, baby. 10,000 CPS calls. No, shout out to Sean Davy Wade. It wasn't Sean video though. It was somebody else. Shout out to Sean. It was somebody else, bruh. Hold on, y'all. It's a man. He got locks. It's on the TV. Hold on, y'all. Where is it? It's not House Mouse. I haven't seen him. I didn't even know he was he had just did a video. It's not King Payne, but everybody doing videos on Chrisean now. Good, that's what we need. I ain't been over there at King Payne in a minute. I need to go say what's up in the chat. Shout out to King Payne. Um all right, man. I'm finna have to go and look because the it's flooded. It's flooded. It's flooded out. It's flooded out. I can't even find the man. Hold up. Where? There he go. There he go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I hope you cool with it. I like the video he did. There you go.
Y'all know before we ask.
Since we don't got long, right? Since we don't got long, let's watch this video, right? And because we probably only got 40 minutes left. Yeah, because we already been here for 19 minutes. So before we go to sleep tonight, let's get to this. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Seem like individuals like myself and all the wonderful people my channel, all my for lives out there that's going hard. We are not the only ones out there doing the petitions or calling CPS. They say over 10,000 people call CPS on Chrisean in regards to Junior to make sure that he's okay and he's doing fine, especially after that sickness and that horrible display she did in the car. But you already know we're going to do what we got to do. Stop drinking Sprite. Charge it up. I'm crying out the Sprite to stop drinking that. But let's get right into the video.
Night, but I can't find it now. But they said over 10,000 people done call CPS on Chrisean, as they fucking need to. But they said the problem is she's like a Uber. She's never around. She stays on the go. So it's hard for them to find her. And she's doing that shit on purpose. Because she know when they find her and she ain't gave that baby that treatment that baby need, her ass gonna be in trouble. But over 10,000 people, like, everybody should be concerned if 10,000 people done call CPS on one.
First of all, we should have been concerned. But second of all, it's the bruh, I was on the floor. And I have been seeing a couple of his videos. And that we gotta do what we gotta do. Bruh had me on the floor, bro. He had me on the floor. And I also like his morals and principles. I like, what he says about the word. I'm in agreement with, just about almost everything that he has said. Just about almost, not 100%, because nothing is 100%. Okay? So there's probably something that I haven't heard that I might not agree with. But just about almost everything he has said, I am in agreement with about, the word and her and Pastor Mike. Y'all know I was pissed off at Pastor Mike yesterday. I really was, and I still am, because he allowing her to play these games. And it's not him allowing her like he's the only reason why it's happening, but you're enabling it. You are enabling it. And I got a problem with that. A big one. What we gonna do? Hey sis, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's good to see y'all. We're gonna try to get it in real quick, y'all. We're gonna try to get it in. CPS needs to show up at that church. Boom. There's no excuse. But y'all know I think that she might be on the run too. I think this is bigger than what most people are thinking. I think it's probably not just CPS. It's probably CPS and the police, because when she called the police on her sister, they wanted to talk to her. And the same thing Quail did. What y'all gotta talk to me for? I don't need to talk to nobody. You gonna go down there? No, I ain't got nothing to say to them. The first time when they asked her to come to the office and talk, it's a name for it. It's a part of the investigation where it's called the consensual. There you go. That is called the consensual meeting or consensual part of the investigation. Right? So if somebody called the police on you and say you did something and the police come knock on your door, hey, I just want to talk. If you don't want to talk to them, you don't have to. If you in your own house and that person ain't leaking blood and it's not an attempt or an M word and it's like a misdemeanor offense, if you don't want to talk to the police, you don't have to. It's consensual. It has to be consensual. However, if they go back and do more investigating and they got a reason that they can come and kick your door down and come in there and get you, then they will. So what am I saying? I'm saying you might be wondering why the police wanted to talk to them and it seemed like nothing happened, because they did not go talk to the police. That is why. They did not go and they didn't go and sit down with the police. Quail didn't go, neither did she. So that's why you may think that. Quail did not go that time that he was trying to ask me to go online and say that I was lying. Remember when he was asking me to stop exposing what he was doing? Remember when he was saying, "Can King Lex, can y'all get King Lex to come on here and say that she was just playing?" If he didn't do it, why would he be asking me to do that? So the police ain't tripping. They gon' since y'all want to duck it, y'all want to duck the smoke, then we gonna come and drag y'all out. So just know that they are going down for this N word. They are going down for this. I don't care if I got to literally walk the police down the road myself to be able to show them exactly what happened. I don't care if I got to put together a PowerPoint for they. They're going down for that M word. But in the meantime, we still focusing on Junior too. Not only because he's a child, he don't deserve it, and that's what good human beings do. Look out for others. This is what his dad wanted as well. So we doing two things at once. We are honoring his legacy by protecting his legacy. Bro, I like you, bro. I like you, bro. You be having me weak. This ain't my first time seeing his videos. I done seen a couple of them over a couple of months now. But yeah, y'all know what the algorithm do. The algorithm know what I like.
One person.
Now I'm gonna put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now you already know that we go hard over here. We make sure that we push, people being good parents, having logic, having good morale and code of ethics. That number, I'm not sure if it was 10,000 or not, but I know there's a lot of people out there, when people are displaying behavior that is contradictory to what they say and unable to produce what they claim that they're doing for their child. And all the while you see her in the car in the middle of the woods, Junior coughing in the back seat, unable to properly breathe while she's laughing online with another male. It just seems like she doesn't care. It's very disdainful. And when you see those things, it's alarming. And mind you, she's choosing to put this shit online. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on with these so-called celebrities that be having these contracts that they have to do certain things in the public eye for humiliation. Who knows? But we know that there's something strange about it for it to continue to happen and nothing's actually being done, especially something that's broadcast everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Another aspect. Now you got Chrisean. Let me find this. Hopefully, actually, there's a video before this.
All right.
Now you're going to have Chrisean here outside with no shoe on. Now, she could possibly have him in the car, but what's she doing in that car? She's sleeping in it? Like, what is she doing? Where's Junior? I hope he ain't propped up in the back seat. Let's see. Look at her. That's some embarrassing shit. Like, let's look at that one more time. Look at that one more time. It's embarrassing. It's like she just does things that is erratic, perverse. Like, it doesn't really add up, in terms of being somebody who is taken seriously. That's why you see a lot of these men get to come in and out of her life and use her because they know that she's looking for validation, looking for somebody to say you're a great mother, like those fake prosperity speaking pastors be. Oh, Sister Chrisean, my daughter, we lay hands on her. She's a wonderful mother, and we make sure that we put the together here today. Like, no, we don't got time for none of that. If you want to be a good, so-called good pastor, then make sure you point out the iniquities and transgressions that people are doing in the world so they don't continue making them same mistakes. Because what's going to end up happening is without conviction, without the being renewed of the mind, being able to move forward, restoring your soul, restoring, the things that was taken, that was lost along the way in this life that we talk about, a lot of familiar spirits, generational curses, and monitoring spirits, all these things I try to tell you guys about that can keep you in a loop in the same type of bullshit over and over. And that's what you see with these individuals. Luckily, we have cameras these days so people can see the downfall of people, and hopefully they change their life in the process. But this is embarrassing.
Totally.
You saw that man back up. Watch that.
Totally.
Watch that again.
Totally.
He did not want to. He said, "Man, get this girl off me, man. I don't know who this girl is, man." Let me see somebody that homeboy want no hug. He dapped her up. Yeah, exactly. Where's her shoe? She's tweaking hard.
Bruh. I like it. I like it, Channel Brown Eye. I like it. I stopped and looked at the TV. I'm like, y'all gotta really, if you were watching this on your headphones, I might be late. Don't forget, I've been out the loop for a minute, okay? I gotta get that right, okay? So I'm watching things on my own. And this was one of them. And I look at this screen. This is what you usually see when somebody broke their foot. It looks like that. If somebody hurt their foot or their ankle, if they got on a cast, this is when I'm usually seeing that. So when I looked at it, I said, well, what she got on a cast? And then I realized that the girl is living out of her car. I already knew she was living out of her car, but I'm saying I realized that the girl is living out of her car and still trying to be a superstar. We knew she'd been living out of her car since I don't know how long now, but she living out of her car and trying to do autographs, pictures. You might as well start selling pictures for $5 like Sheree back in the day. You remember back in the day when Sheree was selling pictures for $5? You remember back in the day when she was at 5 Points and Underground Station selling pictures for $5? Who remembers that? I remember that. Like dropping him on the couch in stream. Couldn't even try to sit him up. Freak love. Oh yeah, speaking facts. Yeah. I like him. I do. She's just a mess. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And y'all already know. This is the thing about it. Because I don't want somebody that is unhoused, right? I don't want somebody that's unhoused right now to feel shade when I say the girl living out of her car. Because one thing about it, I understand how all different aspects of life I can relate to on some level. I promise you. All different things that a person can go through, okay? I'm 34 and I ain't been through it all, but I've been through a little bit, right? So I've been through a lot. I ain't even gonna say a little bit. I've been through a lot because mine started from when I was born. I've been going through shit. So I've been through a lot. And I don't want somebody, because we all 1 or 2 paychecks away from our entire life changing. And financial freedom is when you are not in that place anymore. Right? So that's why, like I was saying, that time I was doing that video when I was going to be talking about something that I think that God didn't want me to talk about because it never lined up for me to tell y'all about it. Maybe some other time, I don't know. But I'm starting to feel differently about it because y'all know time heals a lot of things. So I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But I like to have different income revenue streams. I don't want it to all just be me relying on one job, one thing that pays my bills and is my income. I want to have, they used to say you need to have 7 streams of income. You know what I mean? So I want to have different streams of income. I do. So that way, you know, if I'm having to deal with somebody that is not treating me correctly, or that is just a bad human being because they exist, I don't have to just deal with that. I have different options, you know, or me running my own business. That's what I really want to get to, is being an entrepreneur and just, you know, getting paid off for something that I love and that I'm passionate about. So I don't want nobody to feel no way, because in search of those things, you might have to go through something in life, you know. So I'm not putting down or talking about that because I was just there. I know what it feels like to be unhoused, right? But this girl rather have a chain on her neck than you know, have a place for her and her baby to go. If a lot of the things that she did was different, she wouldn't even be in this position. But it's her pride, her ego, you know, and all of those other negative things that is causing her to have to do this and go through this. That's what it is. She put a baby on a man and then she unalived somebody. I'm going to laugh at everything she got going on because she unalived the hero. And she laughed about it. She came on here and bragged about it. Talked bad about him. Said he ran himself into a grave. All type of stuff. And then on top of that, she don't want that baby to be alive. And I know that I'm gonna have to keep saying that because people not really getting it when what I'm putting down when I say that. So I'm not gonna stop proving it. But go ahead, bro. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Along the way in this life, that would talk about, you know, a lot of, you know, familiar spirits, generational curses, and monitoring spirits. All these things I try to tell you guys about that can keep you in a loop in the same type of bullshit over and over. And that's what you see with these individuals. Luckily, we have cameras these days so people can see the downfall of people, and hopefully they change their life in the process. But this is embarrassing. You saw that man back up. Watch that again, y'all. Back up. He did not want to. He said, "Man, get this girl off me, man. I don't know who this girl is, man. Let me see what somebody said. Homeboy ain't want no hug. He dapped her up. Yeah, exactly. Where's her shoe? She's tweaking hard. She knows the popo are looking for." Hey, let me tell you something, man. She just does the wrong thing, and I think Blueface is counting on the fact that she loses a baby, because he even said it a few times. He said that sooner or later, go retrievers, 101 Dalmatians. You know, he basically said that sooner or later, she's going to end up in a predicament where he's going to get full custody of Junior. That's what he said. So he's probably plotting on that, you know, waiting on the fact that, you know, she's going to make a lot of mistakes and it's just not adding up. But that's how she moves. And it's sad. It's truly sad. It's a bad. But and then look at Blueface. Let me tell you what's funny about people though. Like Blueface. At the end of the day, you know, he had the Vea, so-called new baby mama, that he wants to get rid of the baby or whatever. And that's really why Chrisean is acting a fool and she can't really stand on God. I'm trying to show you how to connect the dots. She can't stand on anything because her foundation is rooted in Blueface. Without Blueface, she is completely just erratic, perverse. She does frivolous and trivial things that don't add up. And she's so upset with the separation that's why she went to the surfing. That's why she went to boxing and da. But Blueface is totally just, you know, and look at Blueface's eyes. You can see something wrong with Blueface as well. You know, obviously these people just are lacking a spirit, lacking that essence of the Most High in them. And look what he says about Jaden, who he had cooking, you know, all this bullshit, talking about she gonna fight Nevaeh. But now look what he says about her in the end again.
I don't know who smashed Jaden. I really don't give two flying fucks. She wasn't there for me in prison, so she's useless to me.
Hey, boy.
That's just my take on it,
So you heard that, and now mind you, he'll switch up. Now mind you, Jaden will hear this and still choose to be around him. Just like all the things he said about Chrisean being mid and Jaden being mid. But then he, called them up to do whatever. And they're so willing to go back over there because they got that soul tie. They're unable to detach themselves from the situation, which is creating a circus. A circus cannot run without participants. If you decide to separate yourself from it, it will not continue. But this is what happens. When people are unable to move forward in truth and actually put things behind them that do not serve them. That's why stagnation, delays, setbacks, backwardness all come from generational curses. As I tell you all the time, you got to be careful in this life. Now, they didn't say that she didn't deal with Carlissa like the same way that Blueface.
I don't want to forget this. I don't want to forget what I'm about to say. So I'm gonna pause this right here, and then after I say it, then I'm gonna let this play because I got something to say about this too. But y'all remember what we saw yesterday with Pastor Mike, right? And when we saw Pastor Mike supposedly, I'm not gonna say supposedly praying, because he was praying, okay? He was praying, I guess. He was praying over her and the baby, right? But this is my thing, because he came to me today. Something came to me today while I was driving, and I don't want to forget it. So when we were watching that with Pastor Mike, I know that it's kind of touchy how you approach certain things. Because I don't want to be, I don't want to just be running my mouth and saying things that are not right, or I'm not gonna be 100% right with everything, but in an effort to try to get it right as much as I possibly can, I think about things and I try to think about them in totality, right? And my thing with the Pastor Mike situation, right, is I'm not just mad at Pastor Mike because, hold on. Okay. I'm not just mad with Pastor Mike because he deals with Chrisean. That is not the problem that I have with Pastor Mike, that he just deals with Chrisean. The problem that I have is that there is a pattern here. Somebody done got a playlist together. That's how much it is. It's literally to the point where we got a playlist, okay, of her sit downs with Pastor Mike. It's a playlist. I didn't ask for this, but thank you for whoever made it, for making it easier on me. Because it's to the point where look at all these sit downs with Pastor Mike right here. All these sit downs with Pastor Mike. And yet, we still see another one. We still see yet again another one. And you are allowing Chrisean to use you as a distraction. And I don't like that. You are allowing her to use you as a distraction. And he does not correct. I guarantee you, and I want us to go and find this. I want us to see Pastor Mike, correct someone. I want us to see him or watch him correct something or correct a behavior pattern. Right? Because the only reason why we don't see him correct her is because he knows that if he bruises her ego, that she won't come back. He knows that if he does that, if he bruises her ego, that she won't come back and have all these great things to say about him. She was ready to flip on him that last time when he got tired of her mess. She started telling people, pray for Pastor Mike. Remember? She was ready to flip on him then. And you see what this baby is going through, and this baby cannot speak for themselves. But yet you're so worried about the benefits that come with her visiting your church. And you sit up here saying you are an amazing mother. You are an amazing mother. And it's like, even if you gonna come and tell us later that you were trying to speak those things over her and that you were trying to speak positivity in her life, she's not gonna feel the need to correct anything if you don't tell her anything is wrong and publicly. But even with all that said, those things will still, even if Pastor Mike changed tomorrow, y'all, even if he had an epiphany and saw a video from this man who we was watching earlier, or me, or anybody, and changed tomorrow, do y'all know that that still would not help Junior? Because she does not want Junior to be in existence. This is not a case of somebody making a mistake or just not being a good mother. This girl's trying to unalive this baby. God, that's what it is. That's what it is. The girl's trying to unalive the baby. He could have been off of her hands if she just simply didn't want him. She doesn't want him to exist. She don't want nobody to get him. She got rid of one half of the problem. That's the way she think about it, y'all. She doesn't want to be the villain. If somebody comes and saves Junior, they would be saving him from her. And her narcissism will not allow that. If somebody gets the baby, y'all got to really, really come here real quick. Listen to what I'm saying. If somebody gets the baby, right, then the baby will thrive. She literally left Blueface's house when people were saying, oh, Blueface got the baby standing. Shortly after that, either he kicked her out because he found out that she unalived Ronnie, or possibly really did it, having Quell to do it, or they had an argument of some sort, probably stemming from her being jealous that social media was praising him for Junior standing. Either way it go, what I am trying to tell y'all is that she cannot tolerate Junior being with somebody else and being better off, because that will then expose how effed up she is. Her narcissism will not allow him to be in a better situation. She just don't want him here at all, so that she can then still be a victim. She can still be a victim if the baby passed away. But if the baby goes with somebody else and flourishes and does better and gains weight, how can she be the victim? She already feel like Junior's stealing all of her shine. She wants us to be worried about her the way that we are worried about Junior. That's why she did that all the way up until this point. That is why y'all were worried about her that way. Because she played on y'all emotions, not becoming family, the people who we trying to wake up. She played on y'all emotions, which is the reason why y'all hated Blueface and loved her and would do anything. Y'all almost let her hurt this baby on video, and y'all was still talking about some, oh, well, we gotta let her live. We gotta let her make mistakes. The baby could have slipped and fell on his head, broke his neck, and wouldn't have been able to breathe. And she wouldn't have known that. She would have still been walking around, and the baby could have been going through asphyxiation or Atlas luxation. Are y'all listening? I know that y'all know by now what Atlas luxation is, because we had a sister pass away in Mexico of the same thing. Put her name in the chat so I know that you with me. Who passed away of Atlas luxation in Mexico because they got beat up by somebody, that people that was supposed to be their friend? Please hit the like button, y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Thank you, sis. Who passed away of Atlas luxation? Who was unalived of Atlas luxation? Yeah, I need to go to that tonight, because I said that I was going to do that yesterday. I need to go to that tonight. Chrisean and... Do y'all remember, oh my God, what's that baby name? It starts with an S. Not Shaniqua. They made a movie about it. Shanquilla passed away in Mexico of Atlas luxation because of the way that girl, the way that she landed on her neck, right? Remember when she was just looking and they didn't know what was going on with her? She couldn't tell them she couldn't breathe. She couldn't tell them she couldn't talk because she was instantly paralyzed at that moment. And if they would have called the EMS or the doctor, if they would have got there within a certain amount of time, then they might have been able to help her. But that didn't happen. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that is what Junior is going through. That time and those moments that Shanquilla was suffering and not even able to tell them what was wrong with her. And yet they just did nothing. That is what you are witnessing her do with Junior. He cannot speak and say, I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. She pinching me. She slamming me. She throwing me. She flipping me. He can't say those things. But I told y'all yesterday the only reason why she was talking about him scratching his butt is because it was poop on his butt. That's the only reason why she even cared. Because he was getting it on her car. That's what she cares more about. Things like that. But he was tired of wearing it. I guarantee you it was probably dried up on him and everything. Just ridiculous, bro. Just, oh my God. Back to Pastor Mike. That's the problem that I have with him. That he allows her, and he aids and he aids her in this game, this show, this trick that she tries to run on the people constantly. And it's clear, it is really exposing what his true motives are, because if he wasn't worried about her bringing the traffic that brings the money, if he wasn't worried about that, he probably would treat her like just a normal person in the congregation, which is not above correction. Even he is not above correction. He shouldn't be anyway. Come on, man. Somebody got a playlist of all the games. All the games that's been played. They know it's a man that's not living no more. And they are all too damn old. You're not going to tell me that as much as it's out there, they don't know what Ronnie looks like. And they don't know that that's his son. You can look at that boy and tell that's his son. And I'm glad it's on the playlist right here, because I thought about this earlier today, and it was after something else had played, and I said that man was talking about Ronnie and he didn't even know it. He was talking about Ronnie and he didn't even know it, bruh.
In the name, get your hands on him, Didi. That is above every name. We dedicate this child unto you. We dedicate his life unto you. And every attack that's set up against them, we render it null and void. Now, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, cover her, cover him. And even as it relates to his father,
Even as it relates to his father. What about his father? Even as it relates to his father, you're talking about Ronnie and you don't even know it, but you are.
cover him in prayer. Every attack that the devil has against his life.
And the devil that's got attacks against his life is right there. Right there with you, Pastor Mike. And you are aiding and abetting the devil, because the devil is definitely using Chrisean. I don't care what nobody tell me. I know that some people are tools for God and tools for the enemy. And that's why I got a problem with this with Pastor Mike, because he knows better. Like, that's just the bottom line. He knows better than to literally look at this baby and look at Ronnie and not see no concern. He knows better. As a man, I don't care if he wasn't even in the church. You can look at Ronnie and look at that baby, look at his family, look at his mama, look at Chrisean, look at Blueface, and you can tell something in the milk ain't clean. And that girl brought that baby to you, and it was so many issues going on with that baby. So many. But she won't let nobody get them. She won't let nobody help her, because she don't want him to survive. She wants to outwit, outsmart, outlast, and outlive her problems, which is Ronnie and Junior. She thought that it was done to just get Ronnie out the way. But no, it's not done until she that's what she focused on doing. And you're not going to convince me of no other thing. Chrisean don't want Junior to be here. Wake up and realize that. That's the only thing that I'm afraid about not having her online for. That's the only thing, because it will be easier for her to convince them people that it's a damn accident if she ain't online. The only thing that we do rely on is her stupidity. That is the only thing that we got going. But at the same time, I'm still gonna sign a petition because if at the end of the day, I'm gonna stand strong with the people that are speaking up against Chrisean. I don't care about nothing. That's one of the reservations that I got. Is that I'm afraid for us to not be able to see Junior anymore. But I care more because the drug is the online stuff. And I do know that. And I do believe in everything that makes people want her to not be able to come online no more. I believe in it. I get it. And I'm with y'all on that 100%. The only thing is that I'm scared for is Junior to be with her and her not be able to go online. Because y'all know that's going to frustrate her, make her angry and upset. And I just don't want Junior to be the person who got to catch it, knowing she plotting on that baby anyway. She plotting on her to get how to get him out of here anyway. She did it to his dad. She did it to his dad. This girl is so sick that she would do that and she would unalive that baby and then still try to go back and be with Blueface. And she would. If she was able to, she would go back and be with Blueface and act like none of this never happened. As a matter of fact, she would play victim even more. She would play victim even more and get empathy and sympathy and go back and play his victim again. She liked it better when she was Blueface victim and the baby wasn't her victim. She was a fake victim and the baby is a real victim. You put anything fake up against anything real and all of the impurities are going to show. And her next to that baby shows her pure evil. To the people who she was fooling, her next to that baby is waking them up. That baby is a problem for her. And she is plotting on that baby, y'all. She is waiting and hoping for an accident, y'all. And I feel like if I don't say that, maybe that might be the only hope that he got is for us saying these things. As harsh and as sick as that sounds, as much as I don't even want to believe that nobody is that sick, that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. She's not done. You haven't seen the worst of her yet. Just when we think that we saw the worst, she does what? Even worse. And I just don't want us to let it get. I hope that we do not have to. Oh God, please. I don't want nothing to happen to that baby, man. We definitely over time, but only by 2 minutes. So I'm gonna go back over here real quick, and I'm going to let this last piece of this video play because I do got something I want to say to Blueface too.
Blueface don't like dealing with mom in business or all up in their business or whatever the case may be. But
I'm not about to play with y'all. She fired herself. I really did not fire her. I didn't say nothing to her. I just took her out the bio. And I only took her out the bio because you can't be my manager and then be going eating this and reviewing somebody else's chicken when you know I have the cooking shit going on. Like, you feel me? Like, girl, like, that's not good for the brands. So that's why I did that. And then she took it to Instagram and was like, oh. And I was like, okay, like, I guess you fired. Did you quit or you fired? I don't know.
All right, so like I said before, it's always these back and forth. It's always these weird things occurring in the background with people as if they don't know who Carlissa is. And like, it's like these women don't know who Blueface is. It's like it just seems weird. It's like they got to continue the drama in some shape.
Yeah, and I think that we still gonna come back and finish this because I'm gonna stop this video right here because we gotta stop. But this is what I want to say. Y'all know I'm not happy to see Carlissa and Jaden got this thing going on now, and I don't like this for them because they came so far, right? And I'm hoping that they all in on this shit. I'm hoping that by now they are all in on this and they just, doing this for the algorithm of it all because they all benefit from the algorithm being a certain way. So I'm hoping that they doing this for clout. I'm hoping that is what this is for, because if it's not, right, and this is real, then my irritation is toward Jaden and Blueface, because I told y'all that my irritation is toward Jaden Blueface and Blueface daddy. Most of all, his daddy, because his daddy dropped this seed that Blueface always got to have a team member against his mama, because his daddy was so bitter that he was going to his son in his son's room, making his son think we on the team up against mommy because mommy's so strong that nobody can't do. We gotta team up against mommy. Even though she was kind enough to let you in her house, even though she had another man, she made sure it's women who won't do that. She made sure that you was able to see your son whenever you wanted to, even if that meant you staying the night at her house after she been done with you, been broke up with you. And what you do in return is you sit in that boy room and you give him a freaking you give him these trauma bond issues to where he want his girl to beef with his mama. That's how he know they really love him. That's sick, and it's from your daddy, Blueface. You need to work that shit out, because Jaden and Carlissa would be fine if you ask me. If you ask me, Jaden and Carlissa would be fine. But Blueface girlfriend is not attractive to him if his girlfriend and his mama cool, and that's sad. And it's from his daddy sitting in that room with that boy because you bitter because she done moved on. She still got a place to live, and you need to stay the night over there. And she lets you do it, and you sit in that boy room and make him think, look, don't tell mommy I told her I was broke. I got a lot of money. We didn't go get you a fucking hotel room, didn't even call her and tell you to bring your son. But you that bitter, bro. She let you in her house, even though it was another man in that house. She ain't put, no, you're going to have to accept my baby daddy. And made it comfortable for you to come around there. And you sit in the room and you make this boy feel like that's what he knows, y'all. He knows bonding over disliking Carlissa. And that's his mother, who did and would do anything for him. Dre don't even do that. And Dre is the firstborn, so he's the person who got the most naive, most immature version of her. Blueface is the baby, y'all. Don't forget that. He was the third child. Callie and Dre experienced more of a naive, mistake-prone, that, you know what I'm saying? And I know that because I'm a mom and I got 2, I don't got 3, but I know one thing, you don't do the same thing every time around. Maybe some people do, but y'all know I don't like them all of that. You want to get better with time, not worse. So me knowing that and knowing Carlissa and knowing that she gave her all her best shot, everything she had, everything she learned with Dre and Kelly and all of that. And Blueface, he don't realize this, and I don't know how long it's gonna take him to realize it, and I'm not gonna sit around and wait. But Blueface got some issues with that. He gonna have to see somebody, because it's gonna take a professional to tell him, like, bro, Your dad lied to you about your mom a lot because he was angry with her. And what he didn't realize is you being a man and being his dad, he hung on your every word because he longs for you. He did not appreciate Carlissa as much because she was always there. She's a guarantee. His dad is a possible. So he longs and hangs on his daddy every word because he excited just to see him. So if you ain't seen your daddy in a week, 2 weeks, and then he pop up and his mama let him stay the night and y'all sit in the room, you're going to stay up as long as you can just to talk to him. Because mama always there. She a guarantee so you can step on her, treat her how you want to. I don't like that. He know his mama love him and will do anything for him. So he feel like he can just treat her any kind of way. And that's not right. I don't like that. And Jaden, I'm going to just keep it real. I know that you're doing that because Blueface wants you to. But regardless, if Blueface was still locked up, Carlissa and Jaden wouldn't have no problems. This is just like what happened last time when Carlissa said her and Jaden was praying for Blue and everything when he was over there with Chrisean. They was like this. But then when Blueface and Jaden got back together, when Chrisean was still pregnant with Junior, she said that she went to the courthouse or something like that, and she looked at Jaden, and Jaden had a look on her face. And of course, if this your man and he telling you got to choose me or my mama, of course you're going to choose him. So I'm not saying that Jaden is the bad guy for this, but I'm just seeing what's going on. But I know that this is just life, and this is they not perfect. And I never liked them because I thought they were perfect. I like them because I like them. So everything that I just said ain't changing nothing about how I feel about Blue, Carlissa, or Jaden. It's something that I just simply not recognize. But it's not going to change the way that I feel about them. I like them. They have more good things than bad things. And me being a person who knows that even I got flaws, I'm not saying I'm identifying something that I see, but it's not changing how I feel about them at all. I still love them the same, and I'm still gonna ride about them all the same. But I'm pissed off at Blueface daddy. Now, he could have changed and he could be a different man now. But this is why it's important for us to be out of our feelings when it comes to these kids, because you can't take this back. Even though he might have grown as a man, it's still embedded in his child. And that's unfair to everybody. But it's life. And it's probably happening around you right now. And you don't know it. And I'm talking to all of us while saying that. This could be happening to all of us in a different way, and we don't know it. But it's life. And things are not going to change unless we talk about them. Right? I love y'all so much, and we're going to talk more about this tomorrow. He's 25, talking like a 15-year-old boy. Yeah, Blue be pissing me off, but I still love him though. I still like him, but I'm still gonna identify. I'm still gonna identify things, and I wish that he didn't. I wish he wasn't like that. Now Blue trashes her to his kids in front of him. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there. Like, now, come on, man. She had the kid. Man, no, man. No. And it's all from that embedded BS that his daddy put in him. We're going to talk more about this, y'all, when we go live again. But I'm going to keep reading the chat. I love y'all. You have to pay attention. Blueface and his mother never fuss about stepping in to help Junior because they know something. Then too, I saw YouTube where Blueface was paid to claim Junior. Oh yeah, babe. We saw that too. And if you want to talk more about that, make sure you come to the next live. And put this in the chat, and we'll talk more about this too. Because yeah, we knew that, but I know that it's a lot of people that's just now seeing stuff, which is why I don't mind going back over old things. I used to be like, I don't want to do that because we already said it. But no, anything that would help more and more people see the truth, I'm down to do it. You know what I'm saying? So for as long as we got to talk about this, we're going to talk about it. But I don't want any of us to get distracted on the fact that Chrisean is planning to try to take Junior out. And we got to keep eyes and focus on that too. We cannot let her distract us with church, Pastor Mike, getting out the car with one shoe on. I don't care what it is. Make sure that y'all know that she know that we know that we watching her, and that we know if anything happened to that baby, it ain't no accident. Peace, y'all. Love y'all so much. See y'all next time. Like